I probably knocked on, I don't know how many dozens of thousands of doors in my day. The difference is most people will knock on 100 doors and this is terrible. The dog barked at me, the sprinkler came on, the neighbor threw the newspaper at me. The difference is I didn't give a shit. You just gotta keep going. It's nothing more than math. If you do the same thing over and over and over again, eventually I think you get results.
What was the first deal where you saw the check on your profit and went, holy shit?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember yours?
2201 West First Street. 2000.
Yeah.
So I bought it was an abandoned property in Santa Ana. I bought it. It would call it lock, whatever. You know, the bank just took it back, trustee sale, and the locksmith was changing the lock with the asset manager from the bank. And I was at my post office checking my mail, and I saw the locksmith van. So I hurried over there. I'm like, hey, did you guys just took the property back? He's like, yeah, we did. And he gave me his card. I bought the property with the SBA loan because I used to have a supermarket. So $670,000, I put $67,000 down. And I was able to flip it for $1.6 million. Woo! I put some money into it. That was my first $1 million.
Yeah.
I had a shopping center and 2 REO homes already at the time, but it wasn't $1 million in my account.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a small, 2000.
How old were you at that time?
I think I was 29 or 28.
Yeah, so you were like, holy shit. Do you remember what you did with the check to celebrate?
Yeah, I went and bought 2 apartment buildings in Long Beach, cash. Yeah.
Isn't that funny how we celebrate?
Yeah.
That's how I said, what did you do? I bought more real estate.
Yeah.
It's an addiction.
Yeah, so I took that money. I pulled up all this multifamily apartments in Long Beach. I started studying the market, 7 different zip codes, 90802, 804 is more premium, closer to Ocean Avenue. And collects a lot more rent and sells for more. So I looked at properties, apartment buildings that sellers had price reductions. They were motivated. It had good unit mix. And I just stopped writing offers. I wrote like 50 offers and one of them accepted. If it was something for 900, I would write an offer for 650, all cash, 10-day closing. You know, just clear title was the only contingency.
Yeah.
So, and I found that one motivated seller. So I bought 9824 Locust, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It was a 9-unit apartment. I bought it for $650. They wanted $899. I bumped up the rent with some minor landscape remodel. I sold for $950 8 months later.
Wow.
And I bought it cash.
Yeah.
So I used that $1 million. I bought, and I keep flipping. I ended
up just kept doing it.
Buying 200 apartments in 3 years.
Wow.
Wow, that's
and
awesome.
then I'm like, okay, cap rates keep going lower. Everybody's buying, apartment buildings. It's getting frenzy. 2004 is when I said, okay, this is getting too crazy. So I started looking at Arizona, and I found properties that, it was, had a lot of motivated sellers wanted to offload their properties. I did the same thing. I bought an office building for $1.6 million cash, and then I sold that for $2.2 million. I bumped the rent, something,
Did you have friends at that time who were also sort of, because it seems like you were really aggressive, so to speak, in terms of trying to grow the portfolio. Where did that come from? Did you have mentors? Were you learning from people, or was it just internal firepower to like, I want to grow it, I want to grow? Where did that come from for you?
It all started from my landlord. When I had the supermarket, Mr. Dave Williams, he was an older guy. He had probably $600-700 million worth of real estate, a lot of apartments, commercial properties. So one day we're in court. We had a dispute with the buyer that was buying my supermarket over a lease.
Yeah.
He says, hey, landlord's not giving me favorable lease terms, and I want my deposit back. And I was selling for $185,000 my supermarket. And he subpoenaed my landlord. So we're starting to be in courthouse. He says, what are you doing here? Like, you're working 7 days a week. You have a lot of energy and you need to get into real estate. And he goes, when you get rid of the supermarket, you're a great tenant. I hate to lose you, but come and see me.
Yeah.
So that's what happened when I sold my supermarket.
Wow.
I called him up and he sent me his broker, and he was kind of like my mentor. And
How important do you think having a mentor was to where you're at today? Do you think had you not had that guidance, you probably wouldn't have played as aggressive or tried to do it, or do you think you would have figured something else out?
No, I would have figured it out. I mean, I always wanted to succeed, when I came to this country because of the situation, we were living in a car. So I had a huge drive to be a multimillionaire. I even drew my dream home,
I remember that, and your dream wife and your dream cars.
So, I say people, it's like, pouring water at the top of the mountain, you'll find a way to come down, right?
And I want to say something about that real quick, because people talk about this all the time, having a mentor, right? And people will make the excuse, well, I don't have a mentor. I never had a mentor. Here's the thing. The only reason he had the opportunity to have that mentor is because he had the balls to start a supermarket at a young age, put it on the line, started his own company, and he was an entrepreneur.
He was in the
So
game.
because if he wasn't already in the game, that opportunity never would have presented itself, right?
That's right.
The guy noticed that he was motivated. He noticed he was hungry. And those are the signs that people look for. So like I always have this dispute when it comes to mentors. Like personally, I never had like a full-on mentor, but I had people I looked up to, and I was like, Manny, I always knew I'd be successful. I always knew I'd be wealthy. And I always knew that because I knew anything is possible and other people are doing it, which means anybody can do it. At least that's how I feel, right?
Yeah.
And that's the belief system I have. So like when Manny, you talk about going out and buying apartment buildings or strip malls, in my mind, I'm like, great, I can't wait to go buy them. Like I'm already ready. Like let's do it, right? Where a lot of people, they get held back. Like they don't have that self-belief.
Yeah.
You know?
Obviously, if you believe in yourself and you're willing to put the 150% in, you'll find a way. I mean, you'll become successful. This country with all the tools is so much easier now to make it, you know, in any business than 20 years ago. Because, you know, you can just work harder and do your research, find who's successful in that industry, shadow them, follow them. If you can't shadow them, just follow them on social media, see what they're buying.
That's it. And it's like people make success so confusing. And like I look at success in business, nothing more than a mathematical equation. Like that's how I look at business. People ask me all the time, like it's math. All you have to do is talk to more people. If you talk to more people, you get more leads. If you get more leads, you get more deals. You get more deals, you get more money. You get more money, you get even more deals, right? All it is hard work. The problem is like me and you, we were willing to go out there door to door, thousands. I probably knocked on, I don't know how many dozens of thousands of doors in my day. The difference is most people will knock on 100 doors and this is terrible. The dog barked at me, the sprinkler came on, the neighbor threw a newspaper at me. The difference is I didn't give a shit. You just got to keep going. It's nothing more than math. If you do the same thing over and over and over again, eventually I think you get results.
Hey you, I hope you're enjoying this interview and we'll get back to it in a second. But first, I have a question. Have you ever seen inspiring content like this and thought to yourself, I would love to share my story, passion, product, service, or business with the world? Well, now's your chance to be interviewed on The Passionate Few. All you have to do is click the link below, fill out a short questionnaire, and if our team thinks you're a great fit, who knows, you could be the next person to be interviewed on The Passionate Few in person or on Zoom. All right, let's get back to the show. Enjoy.
Yeah,
That's what I
very
see.
true.
Do you find that the generation now is a little bit softer when it comes to achieving goals? Have you guys seen that? The younger generation, whether it be investors or people
I don't know, man. I'm almost 50. I don't know what's the new. Well, definitely, they're more laid back. They got the Google, Apple mentality. You know, everything on your fingertip. You know, I don't see the drive. You know, I mean, of course, if you got that drive, you're gonna make it. Right?
No matter what, yeah.
But if you're looking for, you know, the next big thing and
Quick
get
fix,
quick fix,
yeah.
I just don't see it there. You know, I mean, look at what happened to, you know, the .com and then even the Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
20,000 and then
20,000
went to
and back down to
3.
3,000.
Yeah. I mean, if you borrowed money and bought it at 10,000, went to 20, you then sell it, went to 3 and sold it, you panic, you lost, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, to me, that's why I love real estate. Real estate is inflation protected because cost of drywall, labor is always going on a rise, always on a rise. So you buy something, it's going to be worth more 20 years from now. It's just given. Everything goes up, it's inflation. So I like it. And if you educate yourself and you diversify and you know the market timing, where to really go all in and when to take some money off the table, man, it just watch back and smoke a nice cigar and
Or
making
two.
money. Yeah, or two.
Have you ever had times where you got comfortable with where you were at or never?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
You've never had times of...
No, I just started a co-working business. I don't need to. My wife says, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You're starting a new business. Or I started my mentorship program, you know? That
Yeah.
takes a lot of energy, a lot of time. I don't need the money.
Yeah.
But I like to challenge myself.
What is it about it? Is it the challenge of it? What is it that keeps you playing offense? Just the game? You love the game?
I like success. I like results. You know, when I pick a new project, I do it and I see I'm making good traction and getting good results. It's very fulfilling.
It's rewarding.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Yeah.
It's a high.
It feels good.
Honestly, it's a high.
But just be
you know?
real, it feels good to win. Like it
Yeah.
does, right? It's like your favorite sports team, they win, you're
Yeah.
cheering, right? You're watching a car race, your favorite driver wins, you're cheering. Like our life is a game.
Yeah.
Like I like winning. I like setting goals and accomplishing goals. And I'm not competing against anyone else except myself.
Yourself, yeah.
Like every single day, I'm out there competing against myself. Like I set big goals for myself to prove to myself that I can do it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you just got to keep going. And let's.
Can somebody have a vacuum?
Yeah, it's a cigar lounge. See, I'm actually on the floor.
But you know, after so many years, you build that personality. You become a hunter. You know, like for me, I go hunt for great real estate.
It's in your identity.
It's my
who I
identity.
am,
It's my fix.
Yeah.
You know, I like to find properties that can add value for me. I go out, look at every single different submarket. And then same thing with co-working space. If I see an opportunity where WeWork's screwing up, I'm like, hey, it's a window of opportunity. I can get in there, pick up some of their tenants, and my cost of real estate is much lower than WeWork, so I can offer lower rates. And no-brainer, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of those things. So, like, here's what a lot of people don't understand too. Is like, and I'm sure many of you went through the same thing. Like, becoming successful is a process, right? Like that first cold call wasn't easy. That first time I knocked on a cold door wasn't easy. And
Of course, yeah.
It's scary for us. And there's so many people out there watching us and our success and the nice cars and the traveling and the fun, but they don't see the struggle. And they need to realize the only way to become successful at anything is to struggle. And when I mean struggle, that means you have to fight each and every day. You got to show up at the same time. You got to work long hours and you have to give it everything you have. And that's the key to success, because people ask me all the time, like, how do I become successful? You just got to be willing to do what others aren't willing to do. Like,
Put in
For
the
a
work.
sustained period of time.
you know, the secret to success is just outwork your competition. Like, you just have to work.
Yeah.
It's like, who's going to make more money? The real estate investor that knocks on 20 doors, or the real estate investor that hires 20 people to knock on 2,000 doors each?
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey you, if you enjoyed that video, make sure to smash that subscribe button right now. And also, if you're an epic entrepreneur, thought leader, expert, and you want to be interviewed on the show, the same way we've interviewed over $10 billion worth of entrepreneurs and reached millions of people, then all you have to do is click the link below right now and fill out the questionnaire to see if you'd be a good fit to be interviewed on The Passionate Few. And also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click any of these videos as well. If you thought this video is epic, these videos will blow your mind. Until next time, live strong, live with passion, and thank you for being one of the Passionate Few. I'll see you in the next video.